Hey, my friends, how are you today? This is the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Everything's Your Book, Your Voice. My podcast is called Your Book, Your Voice. Coffee chat is called Your Book, Your Voice. That's okay. It just makes it really easy for you to remember, right? I am an audiobook coach and producer. My name is Robert A. Lane. I help mainly nonfiction authors turn their book into audiobooks. But the key factor with this, of course, is that you, as the author, are narrating your own audiobook. All right. You are narrating your story. You are telling your story in your own voice, as it should be, because nobody can express, can tell your story better than you because you lived it, you've breathed it. You've written about it, obviously, because you published a book. Now you're turning it into an audiobook. Let it come from the source. Let it come from the person who created the book in the first place. No one, no other narrator, nobody can experience what you experience. And that's what you get through when you are narrating your own audiobook. That's why it's so crucial for you to be narrating your own audiobook. It's that simple. Our topic today on Coffee Chat, again, I keep this pretty open forum. And if you want to share about your book, I'd love to hear about your book. You can always comment in the chat or in the comments as we do this live every Thursday at this time. Of course, it is archived on the Robert Lane Coaching YouTube channel. By the way, there are links in the description on YouTube and LinkedIn, and of course, they're on Instagram. You can go to my profile page, by the way, Instagram followers, and click on that link, right? Because that'll open up a bunch of links for a free audiobook narration guide, more information about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, the VIP program, the DIY program, other great things that are in there. So grab that link, okay? And same thing for you on LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube, because we are streaming on all three platforms, by the way, at the same time. Yeah, just check out the description because all those links are in there as well. So the topic today is about when to narrate your audiobook. When should you do it? So for most authors that I've spoken with and that I've worked with who've gone through my audiobook coaching program, a lot of times I would say they say, "Oh, it was just an afterthought." It was just, I thought about it like, maybe I should turn it into an audiobook. They've already published their book. Sometimes there are books that I've worked on that authors have published, oh, maybe 5 years ago, even 10 years ago. And that's a great thing, by the way. If you published a book and maybe it's been a few years, resurrect it back to life. And you can do that by turning it into an audiobook and doing a whole relaunch. So not only is that book now in the forefront of people's minds and eyes and ears because you're turning it into an audiobook, now you are, again, bringing that book back to life. And that's a great thing. So if you have a book that you've published, 5, 10 years ago, turn it into an audiobook, do a relaunch. It's a great thing. So that is an awesome time of when you should turn your book into an audiobook. But the other thing is that, and I've worked with some authors doing it this way as well. They are in the process of writing their book. So if you are in the process of writing your book, whether it's your first book or maybe it's another book, your third book, your fifth book, your 100th book, while you're doing the book, once you lock down that manuscript, okay, when you go through the editing process and it's locked, right? You're not going to make any more changes in that manuscript. Even before you've published it, you can start the audiobook process, okay? You can start creating that audiobook. And there's been, like I said, a few authors I've worked with who wanted to do not only a launch of their book, but also the launch of the audiobook at the same time. And if you time it right in regards to when your official launch date is, you can do that. So you can dive into creating your audiobook and working on that process while you are doing the final touches on your book itself, creating the ebook version, the paperback, the hardcover, making sure your cover design is good and the formatting and all that stuff. As long as the editing is done and your manuscript is locked, then dive into the audiobook process. And then you can launch your audiobook either when you launch your book itself, or maybe you can do a launch a couple weeks later. after the official book launch, however you want to do it, whatever marketing strategy works best for you. But that's another great way. And again, when to launch your audiobook, when to narrate your audiobook, that's when you do it. And the other thing that I want to share with you is this. When do you narrate your audiobook? 100% all the time. You, meaning you narrate your audiobook. When should you narrate it? 100% all the time. It should be you narrating your own audiobook. As I mentioned at the beginning of this coffee chat, no one can replicate you. No one can tell your story better than you. It's your experience. If you're a coach or an entrepreneur or an educator or a teacher and you've published a book, that's your way of expressing and teaching your concepts, which no one else can do better than you because it's yours. Plus, why would you have somebody else narrate a book like that? You know, you want people, especially if you're a coach, you want clients to come to you and work with you. Then narrate your own audiobook because it doesn't make sense for people to hear someone else talk about your coaching program, right? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So narrate it. And again, fiction authors. If you're a children's book author, and I've heard this, oh, I write children's books. So what? Why don't you narrate them? You can still do it. The beauty about having an audiobook coach producer, by the way, and this is what I do with my clients, it's more than just, showing you the mechanics of how to create an audiobook. All right. It's way more than that. That's what an audiobook coach is. Someone who can teach you the fine art of what it takes to do a great, compelling, engaging narration, even for children's books. This is where I take my 30 plus years of experience working in the entertainment industry to help you craft your best narration, whether it's children's book, memoir, whatever it is. That's why I do what I do, because I know that no one can tell your story better than you, and you have what it takes to do it. You don't need to be a professional speaker. So when should you narrate your audiobook? All the time, whenever you can, do it. You should do it. That's when. Now, when should you record it? As I mentioned earlier, you can do it while you are creating your book. You can do it after you published your book. You can, again, resurrect another book to life that you've published before by turning it into an audiobook and getting it out there and having people discover you, especially the amount of people that go and get audiobooks first before they even go to other formats like the ebook, paperback, and hardcover. The percentages are pretty high, so you want to be in that market anyway. So that's when you do it. That's when you narrate your audiobook. That's when you narrate and you publish. Now, if you do want more information about what I do as an audiobook coach producer, you can always go to robertlanecoaching.com and book a call with me. Let's talk about your book. I'll tell you about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program. The VIP program is great. Most of the authors that I work with go for that because I work with you one-on-one through the entire process. I provide you with the professional equipment you need to set up your own recording space, and it's yours to keep. A professional microphone, headphones, and I don't mean cheapy stuff. I mean good stuff. No cheapy, $100, whatever, Yeti mic, whatever brand, no name brands or whatever. No, good stuff, because I believe that you do not cut corners when it comes to your products. You are an entrepreneur. You are an author brand. You want your products to represent the best of who you are. So you don't cut corners. But I provide my clients with the equipment. It's theirs to keep. It's part of the program, teaching you the fine art of how to do a great narration. And then I do all the post editing, because you got to edit your audiobook. That you can't get around that. You got to do it, because if it doesn't meet the exact specifications for publication, it will get rejected. And you don't want that to happen. So I do all the editing for you. I do the uploading for you. So if there are any issues, I know about it. I could fix them and it's done. All you have to worry about is doing a great narration. That's the VIP program. The DIY program is a do-it-yourself format where I've designed this so that it does take you through every step of the procedure. Now, obviously, you're doing your own editing and uploading and all that, but I have all the lessons to teach you how to do it and to do it right the first time so you don't get rejected. And that's it. So book a call. Let me hear from you. And let's talk about your book and let's get your audiobook done, right? It's the best business decision that you can make as an entrepreneur, because you know what? You are an entrepreneur. You are the CEO of you. And there you go. If there's a topic you'd like me to discuss here on Coffee Chat, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it. And by the way, every Wednesday is the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, where I bring on guests, authors, book professionals, and plus I talk about, obviously, the audiobook world as well. Join me every Wednesday. We do this live at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time every Wednesday. And of course, the podcasts are archived on my Robert Lang Coaching YouTube channel. And they do get distributed on your favorite podcast platform as well. Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever. You'll be able to find it as well. All right. So again, if there is any topics you want me to talk about for the coffee chat, let me know. I'm open to it. But if you are an author and you have a book and it's not in audiobook form, make that awesome business decision to turn your book into an audiobook. I'd love to help you. I'd love to get you enrolled and work with you. The VIP program is only 12 weeks. At the end of 12 weeks, your book is already uploaded and ready for publishing. Done. The DIY program, I designed it as a 6-week program, but again, it's do it yourself, so you can go at your own pace. Let me know. Book a call, robertlangcoaching.com. All right, all the links there are in the description on YouTube and LinkedIn, and of course on Instagram. You can check that out when you go to my profile page and click that link. All right, my friends, have a great day, by the way. And your assignment, as always, is when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, right? Say hello to them. Give them a compliment. It takes a blip of time to do that, but that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. So be a life changer. It's so simple, all right? We need more positivity in this world. That's what's going to make a difference, all right? Okay, my friends, have a great day. We'll say goodbye to our YouTube and LinkedIn friends now. Thank you so much for your support.